Namaste, everyone. Welcome to Saturday Morning Musings from South Africa. My name is Reverend Denise Schubert, and I am with you today to unpack the week and to join with all of you in answering the question, now what? There has been so much energy and anxiety and effort moving into the 2024 election period. And now that it's over, I know that for some people, they are happy with how it turned out, and for other people, they're not happy about how it turned out. So as our striving, my striving is always for equilibrium within myself, for happiness and peace within myself. Now what? What do we do now if we got what we wanted? And what do we do now if we did not get what we wanted? So thank you for joining me today. I'm actually, this is a recording. I'm not here live. I had a previous engagement, but I will check in and see any comments that you might leave and any questions you might have. But for now, let me speak a word of blessing upon our time together, and let's see if we can find a really wonderful way to frame the place where we are in this exact moment and find equilibrium, peace, and calm for ourselves. And so let's begin. A blessing is simply to name something sacred. And I want to do that. I want to call this time that we spend together, whether it's Saturday mornings or Sunday Night Alive or whenever it is, that somehow it buoys us spiritually. It expands us emotionally, mentally, physically, that somehow it contributes to the quality and quantity of our lives. And so in my faith tradition, we begin by recognizing that there is an intelligence that surrounds us, an intelligence that made us, an intelligence that beats our hearts and breathes our breath, an intelligence that created all that there is. And we can call it by any name that we like: God, quantum physics, universal intelligence, whatever name works for you. But just to step into an awareness that we are guided, guarded, maintained, and sustained by pure love, pure unconditional regard, pure unconditional support. And so knowing that, I take a moment to bless our time together, knowing that we are connected one to another through whatever this intelligence might be, that we are conscious beings living in a conscious universe, so much more than our bodies, so much more than our body of affairs. So we transcend the comings and goings of the world by remembering to remember this, and then to bring forth the power within us. That's what we do. And so for today, I'm grateful. We let it be, and so it is. Amen. So it is true. It is true that it has been a very, very pivotal time for us. Yes, it has been. 262 million adults live in the United States, and we chose, as a collective, we chose what just happened. We created something, and some of us like what we created, and some of us don't like what we created. So it makes this week a particularly rich opportunity to examine what happens to you. What happened to you? What do you do when you don't get what you want, which is far more challenging as a spiritual practice than getting what you want. So how are you feeling today? How are you feeling this week? Happy, angry, elated, deflated, hopeless, hopeful, scared, relieved? There is no one size fits all. One of the ideas that I ascribe to wholeheartedly is that the universe is neutral. Like, what happens in the universe is not inherently good or bad, right or wrong, that every single person, based on their conditioning, based on their upbringing, based on their perspective, will interpret every single thing in a way that matches their internal framework. So even though, it's simple. When it rains, some people love the rain. Some people don't like the rain. What does that say about the rain? Anything? No. Some people eat meat. Some people are vegetarians. Does that say anything about meat or vegetables? No. It says a whole lot about the person. So even though the universe and its comings and goings may be neutral, you and I are not neutral. So one of one of the ideas about living a spiritually powerful life is to truly take responsibility for you, for your interpretations, your perceptions, your reactions, your behaviors. That one of the key components to this first step in our spiritual awakening is to um, release being a victim of anyone or anything, to say, I can't be happy because of, I can't thrive because of. Very key learning for all of us. And everyone must do it because we're trained to be victims. We're trained to believe that we're at the effect of the economy, we're at the effect of the politicians, we're at the effect of food prices, gas prices, we're at the effect of other countries, we're at the effect of our ex-husbands, our parents. But the problem is it robs us, of course, of our power. So in this time, because it's so divided and because it's so conflicting, I love to lean back into what Ernest Holmes said at the Asilomar Conference in I think it was 1949, where he said, wouldn't it be wonderful if a group of people were to come to Earth for something and against nothing? Wouldn't it be wonderful? So that's a hard thing to ask of us this week, especially the people who didn't get what they wanted. So, so I think it would be a good idea for a little spirituality 101 refresher. A couple of key ideas that might help you navigate the days, the months, and the years to come. Because in the moment, we don't want to argue with what is. We want to stop arguing. I mean, if you've been talking since Tuesday about how unhappy you are, about how awful it is, how terrible it is, I want you to stop doing that, because it leaves you disempowered to create a future for yourself or for everyone. It leaves you disempowered. You can't create anything from that point of view. Now, I personally refuse to let external circumstances really mess with me. I really do, because they're not good for my soul. They're not good for my joie de vivre, my love of life. And it's not just outer circumstances, it's even personal circumstances. You all know that, I had my hip replaced, I had a stroke, I've had I lost both my cats during COVID, and I am a serious practicer of unconditional happiness. It's like, okay, this happened. What do I do to pivot so that I can get out of anger, get out of depression, get out of frustration? So I want you to ask yourself, are you really willing to give up your peace for some future which hasn't happened yet, for some future, which is the second reminder, a very important one too, is that your vibration, your energy, your words, your actions, your attitudes are powerful contributions to the world you live in. That you matter in the scheme of everything. Don't think that you're just this one puny little person encased in a body and that you don't matter. You do matter. So are you going to contribute hate, or are you going to contribute love? Hate as your donation to the world, as an active extension of your essence, is not only unproductive, but it is a direct violation of your spiritual mandate to offer forgiveness, compassion, and love. Being a part of the solution rather than a problem requires us to transcend the human auto response to retaliate, lash out, get even, or even merely childishly demand that everyone be aware of just how unhappy you are through your complaining, your tirades. Be careful of the negativity you spew into the world. It matters in a not so good way. And the third most important idea after any disaster, tragedy, accident, disappointment, or betrayal is to ask yourself the question, what is my next move? What am I going to do? So the reality in the world is that there is no us and them. There are no political parties in God. There are no borders in God, no United States of America, no white people, purple people. I know that in the relative world, these distinctions exist. And because we have our monopoly piece with which we are playing the game, we have to act as if they're real. But as an awakened or awakening human being, do not confuse the game with reality with a capital R. So, the Buddha taught us that forgiveness is a way to end suffering, a way to free oneself from internal suffering and to bring harmony to life. Forgiveness is for our own sake, a practice for your mental health, rendering you free of rage, fear, and resentment. Jesus, of course, taught to forgive 70 times 7, which simply means to forgive unlimited forgiveness, forgive everyone all the time for everything. He even went so far as to say, when your enemy goes to pat you on the cheek, just turn it and offer the other cheek. Do not fight, that we are designed to be peacemakers. So, regardless of where you started at this week, if the outer world gave you what you want, be grateful and be humble. Don't gloat. So be grateful. You will not have the spiritual practice that those who do not get what they want as deeply or as seriously. So if you didn't get what you want, resist being angry, resentful, or making a case for a broken world. Take a deep breath and recognize that the future has not happened. Do not dip into negative expectation. Do not dip into awfulizing the future. Do not do that, because it's what creates it. So let's all rally, because there's only really one way to achieve peace of mind. There's only really one way to achieve a world that can work for everyone. And if the world doesn't work for everyone, it's not going to work for me, and it's not going to work for you. So lean into your faith and understanding that, one, love always wins in the end. No matter what, love always wins. Just if it's not winning yet, just stay put, stay grounded, stay centered. It will. Number two, the universe is a monopoly board, and I am playing the game to win, and I think you are too. And winning means the end of violence, the end of hunger, the end of war, the end of hatred, the end of abuse, poaching, and all other forms of human suffering, or animal suffering, or planetary suffering at the hands of humans. That's a win. Winning the game means that playing the game leads me to becoming a more compassionate, loving, and benevolent being, as it does with you. Number three, the external world meets you where you are. Be joy, and the world will bring you joy. Be peace, and the world will bring you peace. Be order, and the world will bring you order. There are no exceptions to this principle. So number four, replace any negative expectation with positive expectation. I assure you that what you will get in the end will be better. So I am currently in South Africa for a few months, and interestingly and refreshingly, really, nobody here has any energy or point of view about what Americans are doing or not doing. So this means that there isn't anyone here who wants to talk about politics or engage in those conversations, which is fine with me because I do my work inside. And everyone has their own set of circumstances, right? So in truth, the only thing that's real for you is what's real for you. Right. So if you don't like rain, not liking rain is a real experience for you. Doesn't mean that rain is bad. It just means you don't like it. So Bobby McFerrin gave us a really good reminder in his very famous song. Do you remember? Don't worry, be happy. Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note. Don't worry, be happy. In every life we have some trouble, but when you worry, you make it double. Don't worry, be happy. Ain't got no cash, ain't got no style, ain't got no one to make you smile. Don't worry, be happy, because when you worry, your face will frown and it will bring everybody down. So I just leave us really with a voice of optimism and a voice of spiritual awareness that our collective consciousness of holding and anchoring the good will bring forth the good. Some of you will be moved to speak, whether that's through political or social activism. Some of you will be moved to pray. Some of you will be moved to participate. And I am optimistic about the future always. Why? Because in the end, love always wins. And so, my friends, that is my post for this Saturday morning musings from South Africa on November 9th. I wish you peace. I wish you calm. I wish you divine guidance that will provide you always with provide you with instructions on what to do, when to do it, how to do it, where to do it, and to really implore you to let go of fear, worry, and doubt, and to step into your personal life fully engaged, fully expecting good to happen. 2 weeks ago, I did a post called I wonder what good can come of this. Oh, I look forward to the good that's coming from this. Go back and listen. 2 weeks ago. It is also a very relevant message for where some of us might be on this Sunday. All right, beloveds, if you would like to support my ministry, and I love when you do, I love when you support it through your presence. I love when you support it through your reaching out to me for spiritual counsel and life coaching. And you can also do financial donations through my website, which is deniseschuber.com. You can just do a donation, a tithe, a love offering because you receive spiritual upliftment. You can also purchase my beautiful, beautiful award-winning photographs, which I'll be happy to send you on Canvas. And you can also reach out to me through my website if you would like to connect. And sign up for my blog, which I also sent out a written blog about this very subject also this week. So between now and then, let me say a closing prayer for us, which is simply to pause once again at the end of our time together, allowing yourself to feel the inner peace. Just, it is there no matter really what's going on, there is peace within you because you are made in the image and likeness of peace. You are made in the image and likeness of love. You're made in the image and likeness of compassion. You are made in the image and likeness of wholeness. So it doesn't matter who's running the country. It doesn't matter who's running the world. It doesn't matter in the end. This is a monopoly game. It was Abraham Hicks who said, 3 seconds after you croak, you're laughing your ass off because we made the whole thing so hard. In God's world, everything is perfect always. So let it be that way for you and see what you can create. And so for the blessings of being together today, we give thanks, we let it be, and so it is. All right. Peace and blessings to you and yours. I will see you next Saturday morning. I will see you next Saturday morning. I will be live with you. Until then, have a wonderful, wonderful week.